This video will go over the live maps section on the MyGeotab system, and it's part of the basic training session. In this video we will cover how to track the vehicles on the map, how we can view the trips history for each and individual vehicle on the system. We will take a look into how the system presents the driving behavior infractions on the map, and from there we will move into downloading the trips history data as well as adding and managing zones on the map. To access the live map, I simply click on the map icon on the left hand side menu, and immediately the system will take us to the live map. As you can see, by default the system is showing me the map for the whole world, and this might not be convenient for us for future purposes. So to specify a specific location that I would like the map to take me immediately to, I simply just zoom into that location. So let's assume that I'm currently in the region of Toronto, and I would like the map to take me to that location as soon as I click on the map icon. To do that, I simply click on the map at the top and select Views, and I click on Save this view. I simply give it a view. I can give it anything I want, so I can say Ontario, and I click Add. Now, as you can see, if I click back on the map and I click on Views, Ontario will be one of the views on the list. However, it's not the first, which means if I go back again to the map and I select the map again, it still will show me North America instead of going to Ontario. So how can I move Ontario to the top? It's a simple step. If you select your email address from the top right hand side, select Options. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will notice under Map Settings there is a View Organizer which shows you the two views saved on your system. Simply drag and drop the view you created to the top of the list and click Save at the top. Now if I go back to Map, you will notice that the system automatically took me to Ontario, which is the location I saved on my system when we created it initially. To track the vehicles live on the map, simply all I do is I click on the top drop down list and I select my vehicle from the list. So let's say I'm interested in tracking one vehicle. I simply select that vehicle and the system automatically will show me the current location on the map. Let's say I'm interested in seeing where are all my vehicles at the moment. I select the drop down list again and select Remove All and select All again, and the system will show me the current location of all the vehicles immediately on the map. Now you will notice the system has grouped 15 vehicles in one box, indicating that there is 15 vehicles in that specific region. If I would like to zoom into that region, I simply click on the box and the system will start zooming in. Now there is 12 vehicles in the region of Toronto. I select it again and the system will show me the current location of each vehicle on the map. Additionally, you will notice that the system also populated the list of vehicles on the left hand side, and it's showing us the status of each vehicle. So we will notice that each vehicle is currently stopped, and you will see also the address they currently stopped at. If the vehicle is stopped at a specific zone that is marked on the system will show you that and will highlight that by underlining that specific location. If I scroll down on my list, you will also notice that there is some vehicles that are grayed out, indicating that those vehicles did not communicate for a certain period of time, which gives us an alert indicating that we need to take a look into those vehicles and see what's going on with these specific devices. You will also notice there is a legend on the system, and the legend is showing you the specific statuses of each vehicle. For example, the icon star means that the vehicle is currently stopped inside a zone. The icon triangle means that the vehicle is currently driving. And there is also specific exception rules that we'll be discussing in a couple of minutes. To check the trips history for a specific vehicle or multiple vehicles, what I can do is I simply click on the drop down list again, select that specific vehicle if I'm interested in tracking a specific vehicle only. The system automatically, as we saw before, is taking us to the current location of the vehicle, And as well, you can see the status of the vehicle stopped and the address it's currently stopped at. If I select trips history at the top, the system will populate every stop the vehicle made during today's date. So today is the 29th, and the system is populating every stop. It's showing us how long the vehicle stopped there for, how long it idled at that location, driving time to that location, as well as the distance traveled to arrive to that specific location. If I select the vehicle name at the top, the system will populate the breadcrumb on the map. You will notice that the system is showing an arrow indicating the direction of travel. So the vehicle has started from this location and traveled in through that road to the city of Kelowna, and it's currently stopped at stop number 2. So the system is also marking the stops the vehicle made numerically, so we can see stop 1, 2, 3, and so on. Additionally, you will notice that the system has highlighted a specific section of the trip in a different color, indicating that the driver has broken specific exception rules while driving during this specific trip. You can highlight using your mouse, and you will notice what type of incidences the driver has broken during that trip. So for example, the vehicle was speeding at that specific location as the driver was driving 55 miles per hour in a speed limit of 37 miles per hour. If I would like to disable that specific notification on the map, all I need to do is simply select that specific rule from the system, and you will notice how everything is clean and the system is no longer showing us any infractions during that specific trip. Now let's say I'm interested in downloading the trips history for the vehicle on an Excel sheet, and I'm looking for the trips for last week. What I need to do is I click on options at the top, select last week under date period, and select apply changes. You'll notice the system has populated every trip the vehicle made during every day, so the 20th until the 24th, which is the last time the vehicle made a trip. From there, I select view at the top, and I select the format I would like the report to be in. I can select the advanced format, for example. The system will collect the data and present it in an Excel format, which allows us to either print it and share it with everyone else. Let's say I'm interested in downloading this report. I click on the Excel icon at the top, and the report gets downloaded in an Excel sheet, and I can take it from there and email it to anyone. Or the other option is I can download the report in a PDF format, and I can also share that with everyone else as well. Lastly, within the map, you're able to create a specific geofences, and those geofences can represent a customer location, a specific area where my vehicles are not allowed to leave. It can be restricted areas where the vehicles are not allowed to go there. So let's say I operate in the state of Michigan, and my vehicles are not allowed to leave that specific state during working days. What I can do is simply I can click add zone at the top and just simply click dots on the map, and by adding those dots the system is connecting them and it's creating a geofence around that specific area. So I'm just completing that specific zone, telling the system that this is the zone that my vehicles are not allowed to leave, and finally I select my last dot on the map and the system will take me to the zone form. In the zone form, I simply just give the zone a name, so I can identify it on the map. I can add any comments, I can assign the zone to specific groups, or I can leave it as assigned to all the company groups or all to the groups in the system. I can tell the system if the specific zone is visible on the map. In these cases, if the zone is surrounding a big area, what we always recommend is to have the zone hidden in the background so the map is not congested with lots of data. For training purposes, I will just leave it as visible so we can see how it looks like on the map. Under type, I simply select what type of a zone is this specific area, and in this case this is a state. So I select state, and I'm just going to tell the system, yes, show me every vehicle that is stopped on that specific zone. I can select a specific color from the list, and from there I can tell the system if the zone needs to be deleted from the system after a specific period of time, or it will stay in the map forever. So in this case we'll leave it as never, and I click save at the top. The system automatically adds the zone that we created based on a specific name that we give it to it as when we set it up. You will notice the color is green, and it matches the color we selected as well. Now let's say after a period of time the operations or the area I can operate in has expanded, and I'm no longer restricted my vehicles to only travel in the state of Michigan, and they're also allowed to travel in other states close by. What I can do is I can either create a new zone for each state, or what I can do is I can change my current zone on the map. To do that, I simply select the zone from the map and I click on change zone shape. This automatically allows me to change the shape of the zone based on my needs, so I can change it to cover more areas, and I can click save at the top. Now the zone is no longer covering only the state of Michigan, it's actually covering the area I can operate in, so I can give it a different name in this case, and I can give it a name as operations. From there I can select a different type. So in this case we will say this is a customer location instead of a state area. I can give it a different color, or I can keep the same color we selected the first time, and I can click save at the top. Automatically the system will take all the updates we made to the shape, to the color, as well as to the name, and will apply it immediately to my map. Let's say I would like to remove this specific zone from the map. I can again click on the map, select the zone, and click on remove zone from the system. This was everything regarding live maps. Thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to help you in the future.